going on, guys? Physics here once again.
I can't do this just
the
yet.
second build diary entry for the Helix champ. As you can see, level 89. My playtime, as I stated in the last few videos, my playtime's gone down a little bit due to my tendonitis. Had a bad flare up with that, but I've played, I haven't been streaming as much, but I've been playing like intermittently, like semi-AFK off stream. Even though I haven't been playing that much, I've actually gotten so much done. Real quick, I'm gonna throw, I guess, yeah, we'll screw it. We'll do, I don't like Fungal Hollow over Mud Geyser, but it's tier 9 instead. This character is definitely capable of like mid to high red maps at this point. I'll get into that in a second. I'm still effectively operating on a 5-link, by the way. Yeah, screw it.
Die. You are at mercy.
Oh, he's so loud. We'll jump in everything here and just like run through the map real quick. So yeah, a friendly reminder, this is 34% phys damage reduction. I did actually also forget to stack up my rage on a Hydrosphere at the beginning of the map. It's usually pretty good idea to stack rage at the very beginning of the map with the Hydrosphere tech. It just makes like the rest of the map feel really smooth, because you start off with like so much move speed and so much extra attack speed. Oh, here's a boss. All right, well, let's fight him. Sick. I did pop Berserk for that though, so. Hey, we wondered. Okay. Keep going. As you can see, it actually doesn't clear that slow at all, especially with how low my rage is right now. Attack speed is so big for this build, and the more I play it, the more I realize it. I'm excited for you guys to see the weapon that I ended up crafting. Ooh, just a full ancient word. Thank you. All right, so really cool weapon I got going on. I still do not have the fledgling helmet, so that kind of sucks, but I've been doing a ton of heists, just like farming Lyra for contracts, the quest contracts specifically. I have done all of Adia's up to the point where I need the unique quest contract, so I've kind of just been running Lyra, waiting for the unique contract to drop at this point. So yeah, whenever that drops, that'll be really cool. Just kind of waiting. But there have been a lot of other upgrades in the meantime.
I can't do this just yet.
That's good enough. I left a little area not fully cleared. I'm gonna skip this music. All right. So, Physics Helix is a trap. What changed? Now, the first thing that may stand out to you, actually, you know, I'm gonna make you guys wait, or you can just use the timestamps. For the tree, what changed? Well, I yoinked Champion of the Cause and got the Reservation Mastery, so now I am running Pride as well, with my Flesh and Stone, Determination, and Dread Banner. So we finally got everything squeezed in there. I'm running Life Tap with almost everything. I think my War Chief Totem is the only thing that I'm not using Life Tap on, and as you can see, or War Chief Totem and Flame Dash, but as you can see, like I easily sustain that. I could spam them ad nauseum, and it's just not gonna, I will not run out of mana, right? So, first and foremost, I guess I'll show you guys this. That was a really sick Harvest implicit reroll that I got on my Call of Steel Jewel. 50% reduced effective chill. If you don't know, the tech with the Pantheons here, where you take Soul of Brine King with the Popero and Soul of Garurkon, when you get the Benchcraft that gives you up to 40% reduced effective chalk and chill, you may notice that's only 90% reduced effective chill. So technically you're not immune to chill, but it basically turns every chill in the game. If you get chilled real strong, you'll be chilled for like 1 or 2%, so it's pretty negligible. However, that's not even a problem anymore, because I hit this crazy implicit. Now just whenever I go to a tier 15 and capture Popero, I'll be completely chill immune, so that's sick. Moving on from that, I've picked up Cleaving, plenty of more damage here. And then after that, I got a Jewel Socket going here. Life Projectile speed cannot be hindered. I do have a few very nasty jewels that I've hit. This one being crazy, not necessarily for this character. This is amazing on a slammer. 7% max life, 12% area damage, and 12% melee damage, which equates to 24% increased damage with 7% max life. The avoid bleed is okay, I guess, like whatever. And then this one is also super good. 8% increased damage, 5% increased attack speed, some resist, and mana reservation efficiency. It's what I was using before I got this jewel. The reason why I'm using this jewel over it is simply because it has life on it, and the projectile speed helps the clearing. All right, past that, just yoinked life. Picked up the small node here with life, picked up this node here, and then mostly just the cluster here for reservation efficiency. Things that I still need to pick up. Basically all the life here, and then I need to grab CB immunity from the protection mastery. And then, yeah, after that, I might just go for like another jewel socket or two. I haven't really decided yet. But the characters, I mean, he's level 89, right? So by the time I get this, that's 5 more. He'd be 94, 95 by the time I get the mastery. And typically when I plan out POBs, I don't, I try to avoid going over level 95 or level 96 because the likelihood that you're going to play a build that long is not very high, at least for me. Normally between like 95 and 97 is where I typically will just like do a bunch of bosses and then just put down the character. But yeah, that's the whole passive tree. Let's go into the gear. So I will show you guys, I'll show you guys a weapon first and foremost. This weapon is absolutely nuts. If you're wondering why the fizz damage is that high, basically, I just threw a few harvest crafts on this. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but basically I hit, I don't even remember what the prefix was, but it was like 1 trash prefix, and then I hit tier 1 attack speed and tier 1 hybrid elder fizz damage. And what the percent elder fizz damage does is it gives you culling strike against bleeding enemies. Now you may think, but fizz, we don't bleed, why do you care? Well, that's the thing. When you pair it with vulnerability, right? What vulnerability does is it gives, yeah, I should say here, causes hits to have 20% chance to inflict bleeding on the target, right? So that's basically 100% guarantee that any mob you hit more than once is going to have bleed on them, and thus you culling strike pretty much everything. Very, very cool. And then when you Call of Steel, like inside of a pack, everything's getting hit. There's like a high chance that most things are getting culling strike, but it doesn't really matter that much while clearing anyway, simply because of how Call of Steel functions and how all the explosions like proliferate on top of each other and just kind of like, you know, they shotgun everything basically. Yeah, so all I did is I meta modded suffixes cannot be changed, and then I hit it with a Veiled Chaos Orb. And if you don't know, a Veiled Chaos Orb on a weapon that gives you a prefix on Veil, which obviously it had to since my suffixes were full, it's pretty much guaranteed to give you a % fizz damage roll, which during an unveil is like tier 2 or tier 3. I can't remember 139% what that is. I think it's tier 3. I think it's high tier 3. But yeah, that mixed with the hybrid ends up being 181%. Now I do need to still get a Harvest Lucky reroll, so I can get another 7% on that. Would be very nice. And then I can get more flat on there as well from the Benchcraft. Now the lightning damage was actually exalted on, so my only prefix was the fizz damage. However, I simulated it a little bit on Craft of Exile, and my chance of hitting a good fizz damage roll with an Exalted Orb was like quite low. And if I, after having already spent multiple X on this or crafting this item, if I had hit this with an Exalted Orb and then it hit a really low tier of fizz damage, then that would have like bricked the item, and then I would have had to like try to annul it down, which is very scary because I have like a 1 in 5 chance of not breaking the item. So I just went with the safe thing. I benchcrafted on fizz, and then I hit it with an Exalted Orb to try to hit another prefix % fizz hybrid roll. I hit lightning damage, whatever. But this weapon's nuts. Like right now, I think it's just under 800 DPS. With the Harvest Craft, it should near that, and then it's also quality to 28%. If I did the 30% corruption quality, that's an additional 2%. It could be a little bit higher. So yeah. Absolutely nutty item to get a like 770 DPS Karui Chopper with Culling Strike. Absolutely nuts. Very cool item. But the sad thing is that Karui Chopper isn't actually the best in slot weapon for Spectral Helix, simply because the base attacks per second, I won't show you if I hold all, but the base attacks per second of a Karui Chopper is 1.2 or 1.25. And typically the best axe base to use is a Despot axe, which is 1.4 attacks per second. So quite a lot faster. As you can see, it's faster baseline than my Karui Chopper with tier 1 attack speed on it. So like ideally, if this was just this on top of this base, this would be like my endgame axe. But I don't know. I'm still going to try to craft Despot axes in the meantime, see if I can hit anything else on the character. This is by far the biggest upgrade I've gotten, but yeah, I'm done gushing over the axe. Let's move on to the next thing. So as I'm sure you'll see, the ring, this is a recurring ring you've seen on multiple of my characters by this point. It's just Vuln on hit ring with, it's a coral ring that has, you know, a lot of, it's tier 2 life, but it's coral ring. So it's like 100 life on a ring, which is insane. Some resist, Vuln on hit, open prefix, no open suffix, sadly, but it does have attack speed on it, which is very, very good for this build. And you may be wondering why I have non-channeling. That was just a craft that was already on there, and there's not really any other craft I could put on there that I care about, except like a % damage one, generic craft, like 15% increased damage. And I just haven't gotten around to doing it because I don't feel like I need the damage right now. The other ring is still the same, just a crappy ring with a lot of res on it. Chest piece still the same. I'm effectively still rocking a 5-link, by the way, because I am still using faster proj. 29% increased projectile damage is like literally nothing. Again, that's increased damage, not more damage. So like this socket is basically a waste of space. It's literally just clearing faster. The belt is the same. The boots are the same. I believe they're the same. I can't remember. I did put in Tornado into the build, but I haven't really been using it. I tried to test it out, and it just feels really gross. It feels really clunky. You have no cast speed or anything. I haven't been using it, and I don't have a lot of faith in it. Using worm sign gauntlets now, and then helmet. So I got a Royal Burgonet helmet with a good amount of fire, a good amount of lightning, and a good amount of chaos res with tier 2 or tier 3 life, excuse me. And it has Dread Banner, has aura effect. You may be wondering what this is good for. Well, it gives me more impale chance, and what that does is allows me to not have to take Harpooner. Now, because of champion, you can actually get away with this anyway, because right here on this ascendancy, you get 10% increased chance to impale. And then from this small node, you get 5% increased effective auras, and this one is 30. So that's 35% increased effective auras total. So where is my Dread Banner? Right here. So you can actually get 100% chance to impale without taking any impale on the tree. However, to achieve that, you need to have a 20 quality Dread Banner, which I don't. So it was cool that I got this lab enchant. Funnily enough, I got this lab enchant while running this guy through Uber Lab. So basically, I got to save 3 passive points very early on. Because if I hadn't gotten this, I would have had to wait until I get my Dread Banner to 20, flip it to the 20 quality, and then, you know, and then do it. So about like halfway through 91 or so is usually when my gyms hit level 20. So yeah, I got to save a few passive points early, which is cool. Moving on from that, the amulet is the same. I did anoint it with Bastion Breaker, 30% increased phys attack damage and some overwhelm. Very nice, very cheap anoint, pretty bog. All right, now the gym links. Has anything really changed? Yes and no. So I kind of shuffled things around so I can weapon swap at will without turning off any of my auras. I'll go over that in a second. And also because worm signs have conk AoE on them, so I can't have any auras in the gloves. It's annoying having to gear around worm signs, especially if you're on a like socket heavy build. Yeah, so like basically everything just got shuffled around a little bit, and I fit Tornado into the build. There's a few things that will probably change. Like as you can see here, I'm running multiple totems for my Ancestral Ward Chief, or my Ancestral Protector, and damage on full life as well. I guess I could actually socket this here now. I just took a gym out of there before recording this video for recording purposes. It was just a gym I was leveling up, and I didn't want to have to explain it. All right, so why the weapon swap? Well, I'm sure you guys have seen this by now. A lot of people do this. It's not like necessarily a new tech, but if you haven't seen it, if you're not aware of it, I've put 2 siege axes that I crafted with high attack speed rolls, tier 3 attack speed here and tier 3 attack speed here, and I crafted int onto both of them. So on this axe, I have chain hook, rage support, and life tap, so I can spam it very fast without you know, worrying about mana. And in this one, I'm leveling up cruelty. Ignore that. I have hydrosphere and life tap. So the int crafts are so I can actually equip hydrosphere without having to change anything on my tree. And then, so what do? Well, basically you go into a map or in a boss fight, like before Cirrus or something, and you can chain hook your hydrosphere. I have no idea why my game is like spazzing out right now. Ignore that. Yeah, but you get the point. So you can actually start the rage, or you can start the fight with max rage, which is a ton of extra attack speed and whatnot. You can also do this on Cirrus or Maven, like between phases and whatnot, which will cap your rage if you just want the move and attack speed, but it also lets you use Berserk, which is like 1 trillion times the damage, give or take a few percent. But yeah, very, very good setup. I 100% recommend it. Just make sure you get siege axes because they have really high base attack speed. It's 1.5, and then you craft on some good percent attack speed roll, and then you will be able to stack your rage very, very fast. In addition to having the mastery on the tree that gives rage on hit when using axes, you will stack your rage so fast. So yeah, basically all the character's waiting for at this point is to get the fledgling helmet going. Once I get the fledgling helmet, the worm signs will just have to go. Balancing resist is a little bit hard right now. So that's also due to my chest piece being a piece of crap. But I am working on crafting another chest piece. Triumphant Lamellar. I've used a ton of essences and stuff to try to craft this. I think eventually I'm just going to hit this through harvest. The annoying thing is that the spell suppress that you see there is actually, if you can see, like, the first mod on there has life defenses tag. The one below it that gives a void is elemental and lightning tag, and then below that is attribute tag. Suppressed spell damage has no tag, so it's kind of like crafting mana on your gear in harvest, or with anything really. It has no tag, so there's no way to like increase the odds of rolling it on your gear. You just have to keep re-rolling it and then wait until you hit a high life roll with some resist, and then you just have to hope you get spell suppress on there. So like, I've hit this so many times and I've made some really nice chest pieces, but they don't have spell suppression on them, so I just haven't used them. So like end game, I'm gonna be running gauntlets, like chest piece, gauntlets, and boots, all with spell suppress on them. That should hopefully get me to like 70 to 80% spell suppression at least, which should you know, help a ton when it comes to damage mitigation, because spell suppression is OP. And yeah, I think that's everything for this video, guys. That's it. We're done. All right. Well, I appreciate you. If you made it this far, make sure you thumbs up if you like the video. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. Tell me what I can do better. And if you like me, maybe consider subbing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, I'm going to be live on Twitch after you see this go up on YouTube. And one last thing, another build coming. There's another one. There's a third one getting thrown into the mix here. I'm juggling a lot of things, but I'm excited. It's going to be very cool. This one's an original build, and I hope you guys are excited to see it. Peace, guys.